All right. Good morning again, everyone. We're here with another guide for the Be the King game on iOS and Android. So this one is going to be kind of an overall view of the game, more for people that are just getting started because this game throws a lot at you. It's very in-depth compared to many other phone games or tablet games, and it can be very confusing at first. It can be hard to get a good start. Um, it can be kind of overwhelming. People quit quickly. And I've met a few people that were like, oh, yeah, I started playing Be the King, but there was just so much to it and I was confused. And then after, a month, I found out that I was doing everything wrong and I wasn't building anything correctly and I just gave up and went to something simpler. So hopefully this will help you out with that so that you can enjoy the game. Um, for people that have been playing for a while, it's probably not going to be much use to you. Check out some of my other videos on specific events and more in depth into some of the different aspects of the game, and it might help you out a little bit more. For those of you that just started playing, though, this can really help you out. So let's go ahead and get started. I made this account just a few days ago. It hasn't been up for too long. Let's see, 11 days. And I did it just so that I could kind of get back to basics and be able to make a video like this. And I'll have to sit there and be like, oh, well, you won't see that or you won't see that because you haven't made this level yet. Been playing a little bit of Metal Gear Solid, the Phantom Pain. So my name, Solid Snake, was inspired by that. But this is still a pretty basic outlook of the game. I have gone up a little bit in official rank because you go quickly over the first few days. And then until it starts to slow down. But this will be your dashboard when you first log into the game. And this is your mansion. When you go to the game map, that's what this is filed under. And now the top part here is showing you the game time, your name, shows you your overall power right now, your official rank, and then how much coins, food, troops, and gold you have. Now I have a lot of gold because I did spend a couple bucks on the game. I wanted some of my one taps back. It was really annoying playing without them now that I don't have them. But you can choose to do that by buying gold. I didn't buy a ton. I just spent a couple bucks. But as you make VIP levels, you unlock things like one taps. You unlock additional retainers. And stuff like that. You get bonuses for events through the purchase bonus. So once you buy, you get bonus gold back for how much you purchased. You get a daily purchase. So say you bought 60 gold, which is the most basic, then you're going to get this daily top up with hearts and hairpins and the treasure bag. And so on and so forth. You got some event items here for the current event, the Abundant Harvest that's going on to help increase your score there, and more, depending on how much you're willing to buy. Some people spend a lot of money on this game. Some people don't. I've seen very powerful accounts, P2s, that had no VIP level at all. It takes time and it's a little bit of a grind, but you can do it. Some people spend money on the game and they build up a lot faster. You see somebody that is VIP 17 while you're playing the game, for instance. They, throughout their time playing the game, have spent more than $300,000 over time buying stuff in order to get to VIP 17. I don't remember what the exact number it is, but I know it's north of $300,000. But the smaller VIP ranks, they don't cost much. For $30, you get VIP 2. You get one taps on a lot of stuff, which helps make just the daily grind much easier. But let's get past that part. So you have limited rewards. You get a daily login reward just for logging into the game, which is typically event items, depending on what's going on. So right now there's an intimacy event going on. So there's intimacy items. And there's also the abundant harvest, like I said, going on. So there's the items to contribute to that event. You also get, so during here right now with an intimacy event, you get the intimacy increase. So every time you increase intimacy, you get a reward for it, depending on levels, 50, 100, 30, 10. There's one for crops. So one thing that's always put together with intimacy is crop consumption, because when you consume crops via the visiting, which we'll talk about, you can get intimacy from that. Elixirs of stamina, which are used to do more visiting throughout the day. And charm increase. A lot of people will drop their charm items during intimacy events because this charm increase is there. And so for going up in charm, you get the hearts to gain intimacy. And there's levels to that too. As you can see, let's see, I put down 106 increase in charm with the couple of items I had with it being low. And so I got hearts for every tier of that to then help add to my intimacy. And then total crops consumption, because that's going on. So I've consumed almost 5 million. And so I've gotten charm items to then use to increase my charm, to then get intimacy items to use to increase intimacy, so that I can do better in the player ranking race, which is the individual events going on, intimacy and crops consumption. We also have the 4 traders here. Now, 4 traders are additional retainers that by winning events and such, you get these tokens. And then once you get 10 of them, you can get these retainers. And these retainers are typically pretty strong. Not at first. You can see overall aptitude is only 18 to start. But they have major bonuses to where you can do better. And there's the traders, there's the heroines, and there's a couple other ones that pop up, on different days that you can buy more of them. And once you've bought them, they also will help each other get stronger. But that's for another video. We're not going to get in depth into the traders and the heroines and stuff here. So you have your daily stuff that you can do, or what people will just call dailies, right? So first is going to be manage, and you have your business, your crops, and your troops. So you get money, you get crops, and then you get troops, all from these. When you get troops, you consume crops in order to get it. You'll see that there's a cost on troops, not on the other ones. That you get money or coins and crops for free just by hitting the button. But when you get troops, it costs you crops to recruit those troops. And how much you get, whether it's coin, crops, or troops, depends on different aspects of the game. So when you're building your retainers and you have your intelligence, your politics, your charisma, your strength, well, as you can see, intelligence, int, right there, politics, POL, and charisma, CHAR, they all influence. And the higher those numbers are, the more you get from this. So as you go through the game and you build your retainers, you're going to get a lot more. We also have affairs to deal with. So you can make a choice here. So like this one, the police seized a batch of illicit money. What shall we do with it? So you can send it to your mansion. You can take the coins. Or you can be the good guy and distribute it out to the refugees and you get merit. It's really up to you. You don't really get a lot of... You can get coins, you can get crops, and you can get troops from this. Or you can take the merit. And I pretty much always choose the merit. Maybe in the very long run, you get a lot of coins, troops, and crops from this. But I just take the merit to help get my official rank up. I don't bother. I get my troops and my coins and stuff from the managing and then from the quests for the day. So then you have the confidence, right? Which we talked about in one of my other videos. And you're going to do your random summons. And if you make it to VIP 3, you unlock one tap, so you can just hit the button one time, and it summons for all of your chances that day, which I have 5 right now. That goes up with your VIP level. So as you increase your VIP level, you get more summons per day. Now, if you do a one tap, you just get the XP for these Confidants. If you do them one at a time, like I just did here, let me refresh my summons with Vigor. And if you do it one at a time, then you have a chance of having a child, as well as getting intimacy from your summons. So we're getting little bits of experience. I'm not going to talk in depth about experience and all that because there is a separate video all about Confidants. But you can use your Vigor, you can do all your chances, or you can just do your do it one at a time. They refresh, as you can see, about every 30 minutes you'll get one back. So for me at 5, it would take about 2.5 hours, and I'll have my 5 chances back, and I can come back in here and hit it. When one of your Confidants has a kid, you'll have offspring over here. And you're not going to have this one at first. It's going to be a little bit into it. You have to gain a little bit of rank and do stuff in the game, but it's very quickly that offspring pops up. And you can train your kids. And once they reach 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50, depending on their level, they become adults, and then you can marry them off, which I haven't had an adult yet, so I haven't gotten to that point yet. But you can marry them. Once you have 5 slots, so you can add more slots for gold, which is increasing gold amount as it goes up. And once you have 5 slots, you can do that in one tap, and you just hit the button, and it uses all the energy and levels them all the way up at one time. Does not need a VIP level to do it. You just hit the button and you do it. And so every time you level up a child, you gain power. As you can see, they have a strength, intelligence, politics, and charisma stat. And every time you level them up, that stat gets higher. And so during power events, when you're gaining power, you can kind of game it by using your elixirs of energy to keep leveling up kids. And then once they're adults, you use your elixir of vigor, and you do more summons, and you get more kids, and then you level them up. But that's a story for another video. And then once you get to another point in the game, you will have in-laws. And so you will be able to send these kids on study tours that will increase their attributes. So you send them out to one of your in-laws, which is just somebody that you have married 10 kids to. You know, another player in the game has 10 kids, you marry 10 kids, your 10 kids to theirs, and you become in-laws. And then you can send study tours, and they can use their confidence to give boosts to the attributes of these children. So now we're going to go to our map. All right. And as we look at our map, we have a lot here. We're going to go left to right. So the raid happens twice a day. So at 1200 game time, the Mongolians attack. It's going to be single battles with your retainers, and you're going to get points for that, depending on what level you get to, how many of them you take down. And then at 2000, Galden will come. And that is a group effort. He has a ton of health, and the whole server will be able to attack him together in order to kill him off. Whoever kills him gets rewards. But even just your hits get you points for the raid. And you can go into redeem, and you can get garments and beads of attribute. This is a great way to get garments once you get to a high enough level where you're doing some damage. The required credits goes up as you buy them. So it's not 100 for every one, but every day that resets. So you can go in here, buy a couple of sets of the clothes, for a cheap price, and then come back the next day, hit it again, and it's reset to 100, and buy another couple sets and keep going. And it's a good way to build up clothes. As we go, there's not a lot here. There would be stuff and more stuff here if you were leveled higher. We're going to go with banquet. And so with banquets, what you can do is you're kind of hosting a dinner party, right? And everybody else in the server has a chance to sit. Here, let's go to one. Ooh, hit the wrong thing there. They have a chance to sit here at your banquet using gold. And then you and them get points. You can see the banquet points appear at the top at 1,200. And once your banquet is over, you can go over here to redeem. And you can buy power items, you can buy Alliance Warfare packs, you can buy branches to marry off your kids instead of having to use gold. You can buy a lot of stuff in here in exchange for your banquet points. But yeah, so that's banquets. Like I said, I'm just doing a quick overview of this stuff. Nation is up here. You're not going to be able to get into a nation, let me see, until secondary 5th official ranking, which I'm only secondary 7th. Not really a beginner's guide kind of deal, so we'll get into nation later. And then you have the palace, and the palace is where you can claim your gold for the day. All of these people have ranks that they've won throughout. Oh, am I going to pick one? There you go. Through events. So the kings are people that had the highest score in a cross-server event, typically, whereas the princes are going to be your alliance leaders for the server for alliance events. So you have Alliance Tribunal, you have Alliance Intimacy, Alliance Power, and Alliance Wealth. And those all, the alliance that wins, the leader of that alliance gets the Prince title, where all the other members get the Duke title. It gives you bonuses in Academy, which is not unlocked yet at this level. But you come in here and you see I already claimed it, but there's a button there where it would say claimed. And you claim it, and at my level I get 50 gold just for coming in there and hitting the button. And then you have Institute. Once you unlock 5 seats, which just cost gold to do. Ooh, thing's getting in my way again. Once you unlock the seats, 5 of them, you get 1 tap. So you can hit that complete all if it's done. And you gain experience, book XP, and skill XP. 10 book XP and 100 skill XP every 3 hours, which isn't a lot, but over time it adds up. And you're going to want to put your retainers that you're building currently in here so that you're getting that extra book XP and skill XP to build with. More on that in depth in another video. Like I said, this is just a basic overlook. You have campaign here, and campaign is where you can use your troops to play through the story of the game. As you come through, you get stories about going through and conquering bad leaders and putting them in jail and all this other stuff. And you use your I'm going to skip through this. You then use your troop numbers to fight. And as you progress through levels, you will arrest these bad people, and they will go to the prison. And you'll be able to move throughout the game. The prison gives good rewards. We'll get to that in a second. So then down here you have your ranking. Now this is local and worldwide ranking. So this is the local is going to be your server. And if you come in here and you admire on your local server, which you can do 3 times, you get gold in return. You just hit the button. It's just like the palace. You hit the button, you get gold. It's easy as that. With the world, these are going to be, the top people throughout all of Be the King. And whenever you do the same admiring here, which you have also 3 chances to do, you're going to get merit towards your official rank. And then the Hall of Fame is down here. There's not really much going on with this yet. So, but it's there. Eventually, you'll have another chance to admire 3 times. I don't know what the reward will be for that. Then you have your prison, like we were talking about. So I've gone through and I've arrested 1 person. So whenever you do your prison, you can come in here and you see the daily yield of 50 fame. And you hit them and you're basically slapping them as your prisoner, your convicts. And they give you stuff back. Different levels, depending on how many you have, give you anything from crops or coins or troops to gold. Some of them give you items like intimacy items or power items, hearts and hairpins, and the like elixirs of power and politics. You can get a bunch of different stuff from here depending on the levels that you have. We have visiting over here. You get your visits every day. This is a spot where I have 1 tap, but when you hit the visit, it's going to go to different spots, and either you're going to find Confidants, where you can, after you visited them so many times, the Confidants will have a crush on you, and then they'll be looking at you, and then eventually they'll agree to marry you, and then they'll appear over in your Confidants, and you can level them up and use them. Or you can end up visiting with somebody that gives you crops, gold, and coin. Down here you have your luck and your ability auto relief. I will go into depth with that in another video. And that's really it. So you have this spot here with skins. At the beginning of the game, you're really not going to have the stuff to get skins, as you can see for redeeming, right? Let's see, if I wanted to get this skin, let's go with that one because it's away from there. I have to have 50 fragments, and the fragments you get from placing in events. And so it takes time to build up 50. So it's not going to really be something that you pay attention to at the beginning of the game. And I think I've gone over everything that I currently have here at S7. Let's see, limited rewards. Okay, so I used those 2, so I got some crops consumption, so I get some stuff there. Down here, you get a daily bonus for every day you log in, and if you spend the money on monthly passes or annual passes, you can buy them here, and then you also get rewards for those. Under achievements, after you've managed your business or you've gained a new confidant or a retainer or crops or any of these in-game lists, you can look through it, right? You get rewards for having done so. And that's where the achievements come into play. You get a lot of these at the beginning of the game. They're going to go quickly. Just about every day you're going to get like 10 achievements, depending on how much you play and how far you go into it. It's a great way to give yourself a boost at the beginning of the game. Then you also have your daily quests, which if you look at, you'll see the managed business, managed crops, and troops. You saw me doing that. And so you get merit, as well as these little treasure boxes. There's my random summons. I've done 12 today so far with the ones that I did, so I get credit for that. Another 10 merit. Offspring training. And some of these you're not going to be able to do. Upgrade books is a part of your retainers when you use a scroll or book XP to upgrade their aptitude. Tribunal dispatches here at S7th. I don't have Tribunal yet, So the tribunal dispatches, I can't do. Prisoners punished, I don't have enough done. I don't have enough prisoners really to do it. So I'm not going to be able to do that one yet until I get a few more prisoners. Develop alliance, again, I can't do it. But challenges I don't have. So there's going to be stuff there that you can't do at the beginning. But you get crops, coins, or troops every time you get one of these treasure boxes. And you might get random drops of things like elixirs, tokens of affairs to do extra affairs, right? Up here at the top level, if you do it all, you could get gold, coins, you could get the packs of merits and scrolls. So you want to try to complete as many of these every day as you can to give yourself a boost at the beginning of the game. So then down here you have your items, where all that's listed. The items will be gone into depth more in individual videos about different events and what they're used for. So I'm not going to get into that. But you can combine, so when you get clothes, you can combine them to get higher level clothes for a higher level player. Or retainer, I'm sorry. If you get, there are pieces, as you can see, the token of fragments that you can get from events that you can then make a new token of trader or heroines, and a few other things that you can put together. Ooh, I'm sorry. You have your outfits here. As you win different events, or in the alliance, some of these you get from finishing construction and alliance builds and such. You can get outfits to put on and your ranks. Like you'll see there's your kings and your princes, and they give you boosts in the academy. And then different skins that you have, if you remember from the skin tab, that I don't really have anything yet to show you, but different skins that you can then put on your retainers will be stored here. Then of course you have your retainers all lined up that you can go in and work on or do whatever you are doing with. There's a whole video on that. It's already posted to the page, so maybe check that out. Learn how to build your retainers. A good way, not the only way, but I have a pretty good guide to it, just from time in the game and things that I've learned. I think that's just about it. It's a pretty long video, but I think I got through everything. Hopefully I explained stuff well so that you understand what's going on and it's not quite so overwhelming when you get into the game. If you like the videos, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if there's a specific video you want to see. For some of the events, I'm going to wait. As the events cycle, I'll do the video when the event is up. That way I can actually, show it like I did today. You'll see there's a video for Heroes Warfare here. Because the event is up and I can actually show it on the screen rather than just talking to a blank screen. So some of those will have to wait until the events come up. But then all the other stuff that's down here, I'm slowly making videos to go into depth. So keep checking back, keep taking a look, and go out there and get some wins.